Polls are open and candidates across Alabama want your vote to lead the state, serve in the Senate, and lead you locally.
A new poll from Alabama Daily News and Gray Television show Governor Kay Ivey could be closer to the 50% needed to avoid a runoff.
For Senate, it shows Katie Britt with a slight lead over a surging Mo Brooks. Mike Durant a close third.
We start with live team coverage of the governor's race. WVTM 13's Lisa Crane leads off in Montgomery. Lisa.
Yeah, Guy and Sherry, we're at the Renaissance Hotel and Convention Center here in Montgomery, only about a mile away from the Capitol. And this is Governor Kay Ivey's election night headquarters. Now, as you can see behind me, not a lot going on right now. She's not here yet. Right now, we just see a lot of media and the staff getting ready for what they expect to be a big party tonight. But we did catch up with the governor earlier today as she was out to cast her own ballot at precinct 403. That's the YMCA on Rosa Parks Avenue. Now, she chatted briefly with us after she voted, saying that she was very excited for today, very excited for tonight, and she said she was hopeful that enough voters would turn out that she could avoid a runoff election. But at our last check, we were not seeing that 28 to 32% voter turnout that the Secretary of State had anticipated. Of course, we do expect a surge after 5 o'clock when folks get off work. However, we do have some weather, some thunderstorms and rain in many parts of the metro area, and we know that negatively impacts voter turnout, so we'll have to see how that turns out. Now, Tim James is one of the Republican candidates hoping to unseat Governor Ivey, and our Jeff Eliasoff is at the James camp, also here in Montgomery. Let's head out to Jeff now. Jeff?
Well, thank you, Lisa. Indeed, a pall has fallen over really most of America, including what is supposed to be a watch party for Tim James. He did come in here just a few minutes ago, still with us right now. Talked a lot about the issues that he believes differentiates himself from Governor Ivey. But I did take the time to ask him at a very sudden point his reaction to the shooting in Uvalde, Texas today. Let's listen. Do you want to make any comments? This just is our breaking news now about 14 children killed at a Texas school. So much gun violence across America now. And a lot of the campaign ads, frankly, featured a lot of Second Amendment thoughts about making sure everybody has the right to bear arms. We'd be the safest place in America if, guns...
If only, what you're suggesting is not true. Only criminals murder people, and they have guns. This is not a Second Amendment issue, and I don't want to comment on what just happened in Texas till I know the facts. You understand that?
I do. Well, one of the things that he said was he would study this problem, obviously, in greater detail. He wanted to say that though he's been a very good friend of Governor Kay Ivey's for 40 years, there are a lot of differences between them, including taxes, the gasoline tax, and a grocery tax that he wants to roll back. We'll have a lot more from him coming up later this evening. We're at his campaign watch headquarters at a place called The Station in Montgomery. Let's send it back to you, Lisa.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. This is a very crowded governor's race, and we are watching it closely tonight, and we'll bring you updates throughout the evening. But let's head back now to the studio for much more from Guy and Sherry. Guys?
All right, Lisa, thanks. The race to fill retiring U.S. Senator Richard Shelby's seat is also heated.
Those recent polls showing a likely GOP runoff with Katie Britt, Representative Mo Brooks, and Mike Durant. Will Boyd, Brandon Dean, and Lanny Jackson are on the Democratic side. Team coverage on the Senate race begins tonight with WVTM 13's John Papke. He is joining us live from Huntsville with Mike Durant's campaign. And John, it's been a busy day for this political newcomer.
Yeah, Sherry, you're right. Actually, Mike Durant is currently attending his son's high school graduation, which started at 4 o'clock this evening. So he'll be focusing on family for the next couple of hours before putting back on his Senate campaign hat. Well, earlier today, around 8:30, he voted with his wife, Lisa, at Madison's St. John's Catholic Church. He spent much of the day with family and tying up loose ends as he transitions out of the defense engineering firm he founded. New to politics, like you mentioned, the Army veteran and business owner has touted himself himself as an outsider in this race. Born in New Hampshire, he served in the military for 22 years before retiring here to Alabama. Of course, Durant is known in part for being captured after the Black Hawk helicopter he was flying was shot down in Somalia in 1993, which was portrayed in the film Black Hawk Down. Since moving to the Huntsville area, he started Pinnacle Solutions, an engineering services company supporting U.S. military around the globe. Of course, like you mentioned, he is seeking the seat of outgoing retiring Senator Richard Shelby, who, by the way, whose name is not on a primary election ballot for the first time since 1986. Live in Huntsville, John Papke, WVTM 13.
Thanks. Now, Katie Britt also among those in the GOP hoping to fill Richard Shelby's Senate seat.
WVTM 13's Magdala Lusant is live with the Britt camp tonight.
Hey there, Sherry and Guy. Hey there, Sherry and Guy. We are here at the Katie Britt campaign watch party now. Things have not started just yet. They're still gathering up, setting up tables still. Things are expected to start, they're saying, around 6:15 or so. But this is video of Katie Britt, who went to vote this morning alongside her family, her husband and 2 kids. She thinks she can take Senator Richard Shelby's seat. She has experience in D.C. already, working with the senator as his campaign director in the past and also assistant. Also, back out here live, we want to just show you here, this is the stage where we're expecting Katie Britt to address the crowd around 6:15. It's a private lunch she'll have, or private dinner rather, she'll have with her supporters and other folks here who are coming out here to support Katie Britt. So we will be here throughout the night until we get the election results, and hopefully we will hear from Katie Britt herself. For now, live in Montgomery, I'm Magdala Lusant, WVTM 13.
Thank you, Magdala. And now to Congressman Mo Brooks, who is hoping to switch chambers of Congress this primary election day.
Yeah, WVTM 13's Maddie Davis live in Huntsville with the Brooks camp.
We're at the Huntsville Botanical Gardens where things are being set up right now. There's not much going on, but supporters of Mo Brooks are expected to be arriving within the next hour, as this election party will start at 7 p.m. But earlier today, Brooks hit the polls to vote. He has been elected into state office 14 times as state legislator, Madison County Commissioner, and as U.S. Congressman. Now looking to jump from the House to the Senate, Brooks announced his campaign in early 2021, shortly after former President Donald Trump endorsed Brooks. Throughout his campaign, Brooks has made his case as the candidate most aligned with Trump. However, the former president rescinded his endorsement this March. He has not endorsed anyone else in the race. Spirits are high here and the campaign team seems hopeful. We will be here throughout the night as the results come in. Live in Huntsville, Maddie Davis, WVTM 13.